Hi, everybody. I wish I could be there speaking with all of you in person right now, and I will be in the fall. But today, video seemed like the best way for me to be in 8 different places at the same time. Wow, what we've accomplished over the last 10 years has really been transformative. And our continued transformation is what I want to talk to you about today. As you just saw in the video, we've built an amazing company over the last 10 years. We've reshaped both the quality of life and people's expectation of what military housing should be. But the reality is that the initial development period at many of our installations is now winding down, which means that we have to change the way that we do business. We're in 50-year partnerships with the Army, and the next phase in our evolution is figuring out how to do the best job we can managing, maintaining, and constructing at our installations for the next several decades. I know that the changes associated with our evolving business have been unsettling. People who have been our co-workers for years, sometimes even decades, are no longer with the company. Long-standing policies and business practices are changing, and some parts of our business have been substantially reorganized. I know this isn't easy for any of us, but it's important to keep in mind that change can also be a great thing. In our case, these changes aren't about closing doors, they're about opening new ones. What keeps me motivated is the knowledge that there is still so much more that we can do for our service members, their families, and other deserving customers. There are so many more lives that we can touch, so many new ways to grow our business, and so many ways we can create new career opportunities for many of you. Take Randolph Point, for instance. We realized that senior unaccompanied soldiers had no housing options on post. They had no ability to live close to work where they could serve as mentors and role models to younger soldiers. They had fallen through the cracks. We knew we could help, so we pitched our SUH vision to the Army and got the go-ahead to build Randolph Point. Today, Randolph Point is the single most successful apartment complex that I've ever developed. We run 100% occupancy, and we're about to build phase 2. We get closer every day to building SUH projects at all of our other installations. Barracks present us with another amazing opportunity. As you know, we're breaking ground on the Fort Meade Barracks project this summer. Think about how groundbreaking this is. Picerne Military Housing, you, will be the first developer to privatize an on-post barracks project. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind that our Fort Meade project will revolutionize how young soldiers live. Like SUH, we think there's a real opportunity to privatize barracks projects on all of our installations. Of course, we can also do more than housing. Out in Fort Riley, Kansas, for instance, we're about to complete a $30 million school project, and I'm so proud to report that the project is being delivered both ahead of schedule and under budget. Let's see the government try to do that. This fall, 675 children will not only enjoy a higher standard of living, but they'll also be educated in beautiful new school buildings that you constructed. These 3 projects in particular, Fort Meade, Randolph Point, and the Fort Riley schools, have been truly transformative. My sincere thanks and congratulations go to the teams that make these innovations possible. They will inevitably lead to new opportunities for us, both in military and in other industries, such as student housing. Like military housing 10 years ago, student housing across the country is in rough shape. Colleges and universities have spent their limited budget dollars on higher profile projects like libraries or gyms, instead of modernizing residence halls. As a result, many students live in rundown pre-1950s buildings. Given our success in improving quality of life for our service members and their families, I know we can dramatically improve living and learning conditions for the next generation of America's leaders. And given the scale of some of our installations, I also know without a doubt that we can do what no other company can do: assume full responsibility for all student housing at a college or university. For example, our program in Fort Riley is more than 3.5 times the size of the University of Kansas, and I'm not even going to mention what Fort Bragg is. We firmly believe that we have a holistic student housing solution to offer. But can you imagine what it's like trying to pitch universities with the name Picerne Military Housing? Well, let me tell you, I've tried it, and it's not easy. No parent wants to send their baby off to college to live in military housing. So we decided to fix that problem and position our company for future growth and success. The reason why I've asked all of you to come together today as a team is because I want all of you to know before we announce it to the rest of the world that we are officially changing the name of our company to Corvus Group. What you see now is the logo for our new company. The name Corvus comes from the Latin and means by way of the heart. Our branding company spent months interviewing many of you and many of our clients. And what they heard loud and clear was that we're best known for always putting our customers' needs at the heart of our business decisions. When I first heard the name, I loved it. It's who we are, and it's clearly not corporate America. Of course, I'm sure all of you are wondering, what does this mean for Picerne Military Housing? Rest assured, Picerne Military Housing will remain the heart and soul of our organization. Moving forward, we'll continue to be one company, but that one company will now be called Corvus Group. And Corvus Group will consist of two divisions. The first division is, of course, Picerne Military Housing. The second will be our new student housing division, Corvus Campus Living. We'll also continue to follow our three core principles. We'll be the best provider of service in any industry we choose to be in. We'll be the best place to work, and we'll actively give back to the communities in which we live and serve. None of that will ever change. I'm sure you're wondering who will lead this new organization. Well, effective July 24th, when we publicly announce our name change, Janet, Michael, and I will become CSO, COO, and CEO of Corvus Group, where we will assume responsibility for leading the parent company. To help grow and manage each of our two business lines, we've created the new role of Managing Director. On January 1st, Mike Steiner will become Managing Director of Picerne Military Housing, and I can think of no one better to send to the North Pole in February. Dress warm, Mike. Kurt Ellers, meanwhile, has agreed to work with Mike for the next several months to transition Air Force before assuming his new role as Managing Director of Corvus Campus Living. Knowing Kurt, he's exactly the right person to deal with the aftermath of our first campus keg party. A handful of other key leaders will also report to Corvus Group, where they will assume responsibility for serving both divisions. For the time being, the vast majority of our team members will continue to work for Picerne Military Housing, which is now a division of Corvus Group. But as we move forward, growing our military and new student housing divisions, I am confident that we'll create new career opportunities for many of you. As you continue to think about this exciting news in the days and weeks ahead, I'm sure that many of you will have questions. To help you get answers, we've set up a dedicated email address called learnmore@corvus.com. Please email us your questions and we'll post answers on the intranet for all to see. You also have an opportunity to speak with your PDs about these changes in early August. Finally, I am committed to keeping you informed about our business development efforts as we move forward into the next exciting chapter of our company's transformation. We've already started working on transitioning Air Force, and early next year, we'll be adding 6 Air Force bases and about 4,000 more homes to our portfolio. We are also actively pursuing several universities, and I hope to announce our first project within the next few months. As I've said to you many times, when we first started all of this, we set out to be a great company, and nothing less will ever do. The changes we're making now and the changes we'll make in the future will allow us to be that company. In order to be great, we need to be challenged to do the best work of our careers. In order to be great, we need to grow, both as individuals and as a company. And in order to be great, we need to make a difference in the lives we touch. As we work to continue that evolution, I urge all of you to keep doing what you're doing. Keep putting families first. Keep making a difference in the communities in which we serve, and stay passionate about everything that you do. That's who we are, and that's why we will continue to be successful forever. Thank you, and God bless.